How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Rurouni Kenshin 2023 episode review. Not really a recap, but today's episode is episode 7, The Two Hitokiri. Before going any further, please hit that like button, slash it, if you will. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified of more videos such as this one. Man, I told you all how much I was just looking forward to this. I almost forgot something in my notes here. Hold on. Need to put that there. I've been looking forward to this. This to me, this is Major Boss number 1. This is the flash of like most of Kenshin's major bosses, probably outside of the Oniwaban group, are repercussions of his past, right? And I love it. It shows stark disposition between him and who he's fighting. What would happen if he shared the same goals and values and things of that nature? Um, this one is it kind of is like a juxtaposition, but I'll get to that in a minute because I'm slightly wrong on that. But it's just good. It's showing what it would take to get Kenshin to go over that edge. And actually, I guess I shouldn't call them major bosses. I should call them major battles. This is major battle number 1. Well, there's going to be another major battle where this theme comes up again of what are you willing to do the right thing. You know, even if you made a solemn vow to never kill again, would you kill if it meant saving someone, especially saving your girl, saving the love, your love, your girl, your boo thing. So the reason why I said I'm kind of wrong about it being a juxtaposition of what if Kenshin continued killing, for these past 15 years. Kenshin technically made Kurogasa, aka Jine Udo, because back during the Bakumatsu era, during the Revolutionary War, he first ran into Kenshin when he was in the Shinsengumi. That's correct. His past is correct, and he's given Kaoru a rundown of how he came to be. I don't know if he did it on purpose or if he's doing it just to show Kenshin isn't the person who she thinks he is, or at least the man that she knows and the man that he knows are two totally different people, right? So when he was in Shinsengumi, he watched Kenshin murder, just completely murderize 3 other Shinsengumis. Because when they heard about, Hitokiri Battosai, they said it was just one man. There's no way one man is going to beat the Shinsengumi. And he was wrong. And he knew that, if I had jumped in, I would have been scattered to the shadows as well, right? And Kenshin, there's something funny, or and not funny, haha, funny, weird, funny about the fact that Kenshin, he's Battosai the Man Slayer. You step up to Battosai, I'm gonna cut you down. You trying to attack other revolutionary people? My sword is pointed at you. I'm saving them folks. But since Jine just kind of stood there, he told him, "Hey, go back and tell everybody else. You go ahead. If you go and attack revolutionary warriors, you will be facing me." I'm gonna make sure I got that right because I had that in my notes. Yes, yes, and that's what made Gene started that. That's where he started that whole laughter because he it kind of made him snap a bit. So this is the turning point. And Kaoru throughout this whole time is calling him a coward, calling him a liar. Dude's like, I like the fact that he's not trying to kill her, right? At least not yet. He's not trying to kill her. His whole thing isn't like, smack, shut up. Listen to what I say. He's like, nah, I know this dude. This dude's a killer. As a matter of fact, um, at the end of this episode, what he says to Kenshin is, a Hitokiri is a Hitokiri. Manslayer is a manslayer until the day he dies. Nothing you can do can ever change that. Ever. And that is that's kind of a touchy moment because Kenshin is taking those words to heart while listening to him, kind of clutching his sword. You get the, Kaoru looking to him, can tell that it's affecting him. But when Kenshin shows up at midnight, because we get the opener, Kaoru gets snatched, and he's reading the letter of invitation, tears it up, tells him where to meet him, What time? At midnight. Cool battle at midnight. And Kenshin. This is something that will be missing in translation, especially if you don't know the Japanese language too well, or even at a rudimentary level. So listening to it and watching the sub, she says, he said myself. Kenshin says ore instead of boku. Now, boku is typically used by young children, young boys, females, and in this case, those who are trying to have a softer side. So it's watashi, boku, and if you're trying to be a badass, ore, which typically people use ore kind of troublemakers. So it's not polite. It's more of a rude thing. And Kenshin straight up says ore, like, I myself is going to take you out. And Kaoru's like, yeah, no, he's talking different. He's not saying that. He's not doing the Yoda speak, when he says, yeah, that I am. No, he's just taking you out. And they do this clash. Kenshin is properly pissed. But the battle turns. The battle turns when Jine, what did he do? He's doing the first letter, then letter 10, and he does this cool move of dropping his sword behind him. I guess he did that before Kylo Ren did that. And he stabs Kenshin. He's like, yeah, you didn't even know to do that. I could kill you in the amount it takes me to finish 3 cigarettes, because he smokes these super long cigarettes while he's talking to Kaoru. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm going to have to motivate you even more. So he does a super beefed up version of the Shin no Ippo paralyzed move on Kaoru, which affects the lungs. So she's up here coughing. She's thinking, Kenshin. And he's like, yeah, no, I can't stop it. Only way you can stop it is either she got to break out of it or you got to kill me. And man, one of my favorite parts about the fight before this part is when he tried to do the paralyzer on Kenshin. Kenshin's just like, it's like, you're getting cheeky now, like, come on, and just instantly, like, it's not going to do anything to me. At this point, now he's killer Hitokiri mode. It's like, all right, I'm going to have to get rid of you. And Jine does move in, his backs up, and Kenshin has this murderous intent. He's like, yeah, you got that murderous intent in you. He's like, if you are worried about, dying right now, reverse it. Can't do it, dude. And we get Jine Kurogasa using Shin no Ippo Shadow Skill Hyoki spell. Now, the basis of this is in the Shin no Ippo teachings. In Shin no Ippo teachings, everyone's body is susceptible to influence. Using your sword aura to make someone paralyzed or choking them out with it. But even the user himself is susceptible to it. So he's saying, I am undefeatable. I am the greatest. I am the strongest. And he reflects that skill looking at the reflection of his blade. And he gets like beefed up. Like he took off, the jacket. Took that off. You see this, skin tight underpart. And he just like beefs up, gets strong, demonstrates the strength by slicing and pulverizing a rock with his blade. And I had this in my notes, and I'm glad I didn't forget it. One of the things I really like, this character naturally has black, not the iris, that's the middle of your pupil. That's the part around your pupil. The scalarias, the white part of the eyes, are naturally black. So when he powers up, they're white. I love that reversal. That's actually pretty damn cool. And so in this mode, he's ready to go. And Kenshin is like, all right, cool. Blades back in, and he's taking a Battojutsu stance. I love that it's not, I don't even know if they did it in the manga. I think they did. I think it was written in the manga like this. But it's so cool when you have a narrator talking over saying, you're probably wondering what Battojutsu is. He didn't say that, but Battojutsu is a technique where you let out one fast strike that is super strong. After you sheath your blade, unsheath it, it becomes double, even triple times the amount of force. And that's what Kenshin was known for. That was the street name. He says, I'm going to show you why they call me Battosai, the master of Battojutsu. And of course, there's a big weakness in this. The blade that Kenshin is using, the Sakabato, the reverse blade, where the blade is on the convex side, meaning you got your. I wish my Leonardo figure had a better convex sword. So usually Japanese swords here, curved. This outer part here is the blade. The inside part is the dull part. Kenshin's is the reverse, obviously. So Jine is trying to get him to turn that thing around the whole time and murder him, but nah, he's doing his thing. And that is the weakness of it, because even then he would have to slightly slow down just to increase the power, is what Jine says. And so as long as he can dodge that, because that's what makes the Battojutsu a double-edged sword. Also mixed with Hiten Mitsurugi, which is a Godspeed technique, right? So Jine moves in, dodges the first blow, but the technique Tenshin is using, Hiten Mitsurugi Soryusen, is a blow that not just has the sword coming around, but follows up with the sheath. This dude dislocated the tendons in his shoulder and his elbow and shattered the elbow. His life as a swordsman was done. And he said all this. Hold on, Kenshin says a cool line, not just in Bleach, y'all. When discussing that ultimate technique he used, he says it could be said that the skill is kind of unfair. And Kenshin goes, "You can use whatever you want. I don't care." This is when he was getting ready. Says, "Now that I said I will kill you, your death is absolute." Damn. Why is Kenshin so cool? That's a cool line. That is a cool ass line. I don't care who you are. Cool as hell. So just cool as hell. So now that Kenshin is basically, I remember at this point in the original anime, he had stopped the fake Himura, well, the other fake Battosai from ever using the sword again in that. But in this one, he beats him up, right? So this is kind of Kenshin's calling card. I'm going to stop you from ever being a swordsman. Now I don't have to kill you, but dude's not releasing the spell. So Kenshin's getting ready to bring that blade down. And the guy is hyped. He's like, I'm ready for it. I want it. I need you to do it. And Kenshin does hesitate, but he's like, for Kaoru, I will become the Man Slayer again. And he get ready to manslay him, y'all. And Kaoru breaks out of this super heavy version of this technique and tells him don't do it, which surprised both Kenshin and Jine. They both looking. I love the expression on Jine's face, like, are you kidding me? Goes over, catches her. His speech pattern returns to normal. She even kind of imitates it, like, your speech has returned that it has. Cutesy stuff. But Jine ain't dead. And he has his Washizaki. It's the short sword. Usually, traditionally, I think a lot of those were used for seppuku. But there are times when people can fight with both, right? If you've seen those stances, that's a fighting style that was popularized by I know his last name is Musashi. I forget his Musashi Miyamoto style that was popularized by him. Don't know where he falls in line in the Meiji era. I actually don't know that. I might look that up and tell you guys later. But oh yeah, it's that short blade. And Kenshin gets ready and grabs his sword, but dude stabs himself. Apparently, he was hired by another government official. And this is when Jine's spouting out his rhetoric, saying, once he tore Hitokiri, always a Hitokiri. As a matter of fact, you thought in this Meiji era there was no use for us. There's government officials that are still holding on to things like revolutions and Shinsengumi and Bakumatsu and politics and all this. And they have use of a person like me who does the killings, right? And he says, I didn't want to change my way of life anyway. So we had a common interest. He was set loose and he's killing himself. So when the cops come, They don't interrogate him. He doesn't give up all these answers. Interesting note: a snake pulled up. A snake pulled up and just was kind of there. And I couldn't tell if the snake was to represent him, or the snake was there to represent someone watching over him. Who knows? Um, I know a lot of times in at least Japanese folklore, I think when you see shed skin of a snake, it's supposed to represent, rebirth and things of that nature. I don't know if that's what this was supposed to be, but I'm just putting it out there. Now, it's him saying all these things, right? I'm just gonna keep going down. Um, he says, there's still a power struggle going on that is it's like the Bakamatsu, and people, nowadays there's police force put in place. There's modernizing the system. You can't simply just go out and slay men like the old days. So, you know, on this, he was still on the bloody path, so he stayed on the bloody path. And the number one rule, apparently, of Hitokiri's is they don't kill for personal gain, right? They are pointed. They're the weapons, and they are pointed at who they need to go kill, which checks out. He was told to go kill these government officials. He just happened to murder everybody else along the way because he likes doing it. And Kenshin was pointed, protect the revolutionary warriors, and that's what he did. He never took out anybody who didn't already, I don't want to say deserve it, but didn't already turn a blade against him. Like, he was doing it to protect, and now he's kind of doing it to protect as well. But at the same time, he doesn't want to sacrifice a life in the name of another one, which I deeply respect, or is respectable, I should say. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. So we are met now with this Kenshin being told, once this, always this. As a matter of fact, Kaoru has a flashback of Kenshin saying, swordsmanship is a tool for murder. He doesn't hold on to any notion that it could be this grand thing, or it's he doesn't have the same notions as Kaoru, but he wants to believe in her naivete because it's such a better way of living, believing that swordsmanship can bring people together and can be used to protect folks. He wants to believe in that, which is part of the reason why she shouted out to him. And on their way back, she thanks him for saving her. And he says, no, I'm going to thank you because you saved me from going back to being the manslayer. Now, of course, Kenshin did get stabbed. He was going to return that, her favorite indigo ribbon. Has his blood on it. We had a funny moment, her chasing him. They get home. The boys were waiting for them outside. They have returned, and Kenshin says to Jine, because Jine says, I'm going to watch you from the edge of hell to see how long you keep up this whole Rurouni thing. And Kenshin saying in the voiceover, you keep watching me from hell, Jine, and I'm going to show you. I'm not going to turn back. Even if it is my true nature, I will never, ever revert to being a manslayer ever again. So, it's very, very, very nice little, I won't say a bow ended on it, but it's very nice. I love that the battle was the whole, like this confrontation, the whole episode. Thank you. It wasn't like halfway through, kind of like the Yahiko thing, like halfway through, okay, something else. I enjoyed that. This and the Sano stuff, I enjoyed that. So next episode is called Beauty on the Run. We get Sanosuke's love interest in this one. I'm giving this a 5 out of 5 because I'm not completely buying into the whole Kenshin's nature is to be a manslayer. Once we get into the episodes of how Kenshin became Kenshin, because I'm not spoiling that for you all. I can't wait to get to that. I cannot wait. When we get to Kyoto arc, can't wait. But if it was truly in his nature to be a manslayer, as opposed to breaking his arm, I just think he could I don't know, stepped forward a little bit more and purposely just cut him at the neck. When Jine pissed him off and did the thing to Kaoru, His movement was so fast, he hit him on the bridge of his nose. Jine, so first of all, it's always badass when your characters reset their broken noses, but he moved that fast. If Kenshin was using a normal blade, that dude would have had his head cut off from here. He would have had a whole new fade. So I sincerely doubt that Kenshin's true nature is to be a manslayer. Seems to me that Kenshin's true nature is to protect those with his sword, to be the sword of the people. I mean, his name is Kenshin. Ken, sword, and also, well, no, that's Kakai's power, but Ken, sword, it's in his name. So he's being a sword of the people. Him as the blade, he will protect people, even if it means that he has to go through lengths that he doesn't want to. So I like that. I like this opposing juxtaposition, fighting the man that you created in a way. In a way, created. It's always been there in Jine, but yeah. Jine also says he must be getting weak. He called what did he call Sanosuke? I think he called him Little Bird. He says it's one thing that the little bird back at the last thing had broke out of my style. Now this little lady did it. I must be getting soft too. It kind of feels like Jine's been looking for this battle to the death for a long time and using the excuse of, you know, having a client. Also, although he does admit, I can't use my right hand anymore. Life will be boring. He's used to this way of life and he's willing to die going out, not being able to do it. It's quite interesting. 5 out of 5. The action factor is there. The psychological part is there. This is an episode that you should pay attention to because clients, someone hired him. This dueling philosophy of you can't get rid of your real nature, but what is your true nature, right? Once a thing, always a thing. I don't know about that, but let me know what you think in the comments down below, please. So happy we got to this episode. This is gonna kick it, man. This I'm gonna be riding this wave for a while. 5 out of 5 for me. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Did I miss anything? Is there any questions that you have that I can answer within the context of these first 7 episodes? I can't believe it's been 7 episodes already. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Please don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos like this one. Please take care of yourself and stay safe out there. Be good, be blessed. Wash them hands, all right? Be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk, all right? I want to tell you that you're never alone in this world. Don't believe a person like Jine, right? Who I'm pretty sure that just because that's his philosophy, don't believe him. Don't believe once you are something, you're always something. You can be better. And I know you can be better. All right. So if you're feeling down, you're feeling out, reach out to someone. That someone would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. All right. I just realized one thing I forgot. Even though Kenshin left his body there for the police, and so it's just gonna let the police investigate everything because they were totally shocked that he was hired. I do like that when he was speaking over about never reverting, they put Jine's hat over his face because when he died, his eyes were just completely white. So I like that he showed that opponent respect. Again, a manslayer wouldn't do that. I'm just saying. All right, guys. Until next time, I'll see you. I can't wait to see you. Can't wait for next week. Oro.